Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will share the chapter demand with you. And in this, I will share the factors affecting demand, individual demand schedule and curve, market demand schedule and curve. Let us start. So before I start, I will say you demand is always from the consumer's point of view. We as consumers, we go to the market to buy and purchase things. So you all love to eat dairy milk. Even my favorite is dairy milk. So when we are going to buy dairy milk, we buy things at a particular price. We see the price and we want to buy, we are willing to buy. Yes, but we should be able to buy also. Because if we want to buy, we should be able to pay for it. So we should be able to buy it. And we buy at a particular period of time, that is we buy in a day, month or year. So demand is the quantity of a good that consumers are willing and able to purchase. That is, we want to buy how many goods, and we should be willing and able to purchase at a particular price during a particular period of time. So willing and able, price and time, these things are very important when you are writing the definition of demand. Now let us see what are the determinants of demand or factors affecting demand. The first and the very important factor is price of the good. If price increases, we tend to buy less of that good, the demand falls and vice versa. If price decreases, demand increases. Next is income. More the people earn, the more they will spend. If we start earning more of the income, we will go to more of shopping malls, we will tend to buy more of things. So the demand will rise. And if there's a fall in income, we will see a fall in demand. Next is fashion and taste. Commodities for which the fashion is out are less in demand. If the fashion is such that if a particular commodity is obsolete, that is, it is no longer in use, the demand for that particular commodity will decrease. Whereas the commodities which are in fashion, the demand for that particular commodity will increase. In the same way, change in taste of people affects the demand of a commodity. Maybe people want to wear more of jeans pant compared to formal pants. So if there is a change in taste, the demand will change. Next is an increase in population will result in a rise in demand. So if there is more and more people are being added to the population, they will rise in demand. The demand will increase. And vice versa, if there's a decrease in population, the demand will fall, which usually does not happen because there is always an increase in population. Government rules and regulations. An increase in income tax will see a fall in demand as people will have less money left. If the government increases income tax, we will have less of disposable income. Disposable income is the money left after paying tax to the government. So if we pay more to the government, we will have less disposable income. So the demand will decrease. But if there's a decrease in income tax, the demand will increase. We will have more of disposable income. We will have more of income, disposable income in our pockets to spend. Next is climate. If the climate is such, it is a cold climate, we will demand more of woolen clothes. If the climate is hot, we will demand more of ice creams. Changes in climate affects the demand for certain goods and services. Changes in price of substitute goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of each other. Tea and coffee are the best examples. When we are exhausted or tired, we use either of them, either tea or coffee. Now, when price of coffee increases, what happens? We switch over to consumption of tea. That is, we leave coffee consumption and we start increasing the consumption of tea. So when the price of the other good in coffee increases, we demand more of tea. So price of the other goods affects the demand for tea. So substitute goods affects the changes in price of substitute goods affects the demand. Next is complementary goods price. Complementary goods are those goods which are consumed jointly. Bread and butter are the best examples because when we are consuming bread, we put butter on the bread. Now, when the price of bread decreases, what happens? We tend to buy more of bread. Now, if you want to eat more bread, we will put more butter. So if you want to eat more butter, the demand for butter will increase when the price of bread decreases. So in this way, changes in price of complementary goods affects demand. If consumers expect the price to rise in future, they will demand more of the good at present. They will store the good. They will hoard the good at present. So the demand at present will rise. If the company is successful in advertisement, the advertisement is very good, people will tend to buy more of that particular good. So the demand will increase. Now let us see what is demand schedule. A demand schedule is a table which has quantity as well as prices in the form of a table. So demand schedule is a table that lists the various quantities of a product or service that someone is willing to buy over a range of possible prices. An individual demand schedule is the demand of one individual consumer in the market for a good or service. Now let us see how do we write the table. So this is individual demand schedule table, because this is the schedule demand schedule for one individual. When the price is 5, the quantity demanded is 2 units. When the price falls down to 4, the quantity demanded increases to 4 units. So this is the individual demand schedule. We measure price and quantity demanded, and we express it in the form of a table. Now let us plot individual demand curve. We measure price on the vertical axis and quantity demanded on the horizontal axis. And the individual demand curve is a graph relating prices to quantity demanded at those prices by an individual consumer. Now at price 5, the quantity demanded is 2 units. When the price falls down to 4, the quantity demanded increases to 4 units. When the price falls down to 3, quantity demanded increases to 6 units. When the price falls down to 2, the quantity demanded increases to 8 units. When the price falls down to 1, quantity demanded further increases to 10 units. Now when we join them, we get the demand curve. That is the individual demand curve. Why it is the individual demand curve? Because we have plotted these points of the individual demand schedule. Now the market demand curve. Now market demand is the total combined demand of all consumers in the market. When we add the demand of all consumers, we get the market demand. Now at the price P1 and P2 is fixed for consumers, all consumers. For simplicity, we consider only 2 consumers, consumer 1, consumer 2. Now at price P1, quantity demanded is Q1. At price P2, quantity demanded is Q1 prime. Now when we join them, we get the demand curve D1 for consumer 1. Now similarly, at price P1, quantity demanded for consumer 2 is Q2. At price P2, quantity demanded is Q2 prime. When we join them, we get the demand curve D2. Now when we add them, at price P1, the quantity demanded is Q1 plus Q2, we get this point. And at price P2, we get the quantity demanded Q1 prime plus Q2 prime. Now when we join them, we get a flat demand curve. So what is a market demand curve? A market demand curve is the horizontal summation of the individual demand curves. So we have added them horizontally because the price remains the same, by taking the sum of the quantities consumed by individual consumers at each price. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, kindly subscribe and press the bell icon. Bye bye. Have a great time, and don't forget to press the bell icon.